I am, I said to no one there. What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday. Birds are indeed chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, the King has returned, allegedly. Jonathan James McCarthy is in line to start Week 9 on the road at Detroit next week. Vikes fan page. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy, barring a setback, is expected to start next Sunday against the Lions per Ian Rappaport of NFL Network. 7 weeks later, after his high ankle sprain, McCarthy will return to action. Now, I'm fired up, man. Fired up. And it's so weird. Like this team has been so damn disappointing, especially in the trenches, especially on defense, where going into the season, it's just like, hey, we just need average quarterback play, and this is going to be a team that's going to contend for the NFC Championship and potentially the Super Bowl, right? And Kwesi, Kevin O'Connell talking about a Final Four team that can run the ball and play good defense, timely quarterback play. That hasn't quite panned out thus far, right? And I know that a lot of Vikings fans are upset, but going through the win on the road against Chicago, it was a fluke. Yeah, 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, that's a fluke. Yeah, winning on the road, Monday Night Football against a divisional opponent. Yeah, and also, hey, if the Bears are good, then that was a good win. If the Bears are bad, the Bears are bad. All right, so make up your mind. Also, no one is good or bad this season except for the Colts. That's what it comes down to. The Falcons, whatever. No call, no show. A beatdown against the Bengals. They sort of gave it away against the Steelers. That was a very winnable game. Got a win at the end against Cleveland, which... Then I feel like the Eagles game perfectly encapsulates what this team is this season. 1-6 in the red zone. Played up to a quality opponent. Just gave it away at the end, and you just couldn't make a couple plays, right? There was issues all over the place, penalties, big-time plays, and yeah, you lost a one-score game at the end of the day, right? I feel like that's the perfect microcosm for the Vikings so far this season. It's lack of execution, sloppiness, and again, just by dint of this being a talented football team that is underachieved, to where it is. Then the Chargers game, that was a no-call, no-show. That was just that was no Gouda. Yeah. At Detroit, it's going to be a good one. You're in division. You're on the road. Detroit has a full steam ahead, as Reggie Miller would say, and they're off the bye. And the Vikings got the mini bye, but the Lions are off the bye. So we'll see. We'll see, especially the way that the Vikings have been gashed by the run. You had Kamani Vidal. You had Kenneth Gainwell looking like superstars. And we'll see what they do against Gibbs and Montgomery. I don't know, man. Yeah. But JJ, it's time, man. It's time. Like we talked about, again, just average quarterback play. We're gonna need more. We're gonna need more because this ain't a scene. This is a gosh darn arms race, man. So spin it, fire the effing pigskin. Let's go. Also, Kevin O'Connell, could we please put JJ McCarthy in advantage situations and hopefully, ideally, we'll get some information. Kevin O'Connell presser today in all likelihood. We'll get some news about Darrisaw, get news about O'Neal, get news about Grenard, get news about Josh Oliver. That'd be good. All about C.J. Hammond's weird hand. Yeah. Also, all right, so trade rumors. Zach Kelberman, beat writer for the Broncos, blog writer, rumor the Broncos have interest in trading for Vikings tight end T.J. Hockenson. Now, they do have Evan Ingram, right? And the Rams have also been tied in with Hockenson as well. Of course, they have Higbee, but I don't know. In my opinion, you have to make a decision on Hockenson this offseason because his contract's out of guaranteed money. He's got a significantly large base salary, and you're going to have to extend him, work around that cap number, or it may come down to a spot where you have to pick between Hockenson and Addison, right? And for me, I'd pick Addison. I think Addison's a more effective and explosive player. He's also younger, and it's probably going to cost almost twice as much per year, but I would pick Addison if it came down to it. But I think for the rest of the season, getting the best possible look for J.J. McCarthy, absent getting a high second-round pick or projected high second-round pick, don't part with him. Speaking of tight ends, so Josh Oliver at the Wolves game, the Wolves got a nice little win. We're in the trees. Anthony Edwards, of course, with the hamstring. So whenever I wager American currency on the Timberwolves minus 11.5, of course, Anthony Edwards is like, My hamstring. But Josh Oliver, so TBD about the ankle, and he wasn't in a walking boot or a wrap, as it were. Didn't see any reports of that, so hopefully he'll be good because Oliver is a huge part of the running game, and you saw how the running game was just inept after Josh Oliver went out of the game so early. I think that was a major part of it, so hopefully he will be good to go. All right. And the Wolves trees, like we said, it's looking good. Taking it back. Come on, baby. All right. Also, talked about Jalen Redmond. Has been phenomenal this year, and he's just rising up out of nowhere. And honestly, ooh. So Jonathan Allen's probably one and done with the Vikings. Despite the 3-year, $51 million deal, it basically is a 1-year deal. The Vikings can escape from it pretty easily. And with Redmond, if he switches to 93, oh my goodness. You got Jumpin' John Randall, you got Kevin Williams, who should be in the Hall of Fame, and they got Jalen Redmond. Woo! Pissed off for greatness. All right, so Redmond has been great this year, kind of at the expense of Javon Hargrave. Bucks fan page again. Javon Hargrave played a season-low 30% of snaps on Thursday night. Hargrave has seen his role diminish with the emergence of Jalen Redmond. On the year, he has 19 total tackles, 15 quarterback pressures, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 quarterback hit. Now, the 2 sacks and about half of his pressures were week 1 against the Bears. Like, we thought that Allen and Hargrave were just going to do that all season. Nope. It's kind of a one and done. Right. But honestly, Hargrave, too, the Vikings can get out from under his contract. And we talked about the Vikings are underwater for the 2026 cap. There's going to be a lot of veteran players whose contracts are going to be just sort of swept off the books. Right. So I'm not too worried about it. But also, that's perfectly fine. Hey, the best player plays no matter what your veteran status is, no matter what your contract is. Best players play. That's the way it should be. Yeah. Around the league. So the Bears benefited from, Lamar's a full participant betting line. Oh, he's gone. But they still got whooped on the road. Caleb Williams looked terrible throwing interception towards the end when they had a chance to drive down and win. But they can't even beat the 1-5 Ravens with Snoop Huntley at quarterback. Okay. And, of course, the Bears tiptoeing through the tulips. Oh, the Bears get the Ravens without Lamar, but the Vikings in 2 weeks get the Ravens with Lamar. And it pissed off Lamar. So, yeah, we'll see. Also, I refuse to show the final score or anything that happened in last night's Sunday Night Football debacle, but, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is cooked. I'm not seeing a lot of Vikings fans clamor. It's like, yeah, Rodgers. Yeah, we should have got him. He's absolutely Charlie check down there. There's no ADOT. There's no spice to his game. There's no nothing. Yeah. And Jordan Love, maybe the Steelers' defense is just bad now. I don't know. They've had a ton of injuries since the Vikings played the Steelers, so I don't know. Yeah. Also, speaking of firing the effing picks in, underdog NFL, Drake Maye during the Patriots' 5-game winning streak completing about 75% of his passes, 1,241 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 1 pick, a 134.1 quarterback rating, which is good. It's pretty good, right? And I know Vikings fans, they should have traded up for Drake Maye. The Patriots are never trading that pick, man. So it is what it is. But, Drake Maye, he's looking really damn good. Honestly, if you take all the names off the jerseys and all the faces and all the fingernails and all the dental records off, wait. Been reading too many of those books. But right now, Drake Maye probably has the best deep ball in the league. It's looking good. It's looking good, man. Yeah. Also, the opposite of looking good. So, Scadaboo, we're not showing the injury, but we can't have nice things. Cam was out there just running like John Riggins and Mike Allstott and the one good year of Peyton Hillis put together, right? And it breaks his ankle, had to have emergency surgery. Anytime that they say aircast on the broadcast, it's a bad thing. It's very, very, very bad. So, prayers up for Scadaboo. The Giants are already down Malik Neighbors, so Jackson Dart's basically by himself. And the Vikings do play at the Giants in a couple weeks. So, yeah. Also, Kirk Cousins started for Michael Penix, who's dealing with something. And it would have been the absolute worst for the discourse on social medias and in the comments section if Kirk Cousins came out and just had a balls out game, because then you have Darnold looking good, you have Daniel Jones looking good, Rodgers kind of looked good before last night. Then you had Kirk looking good. And then also you have like Bradbury looking good. You had Ed Ingram looking good. You have Mekhi Blackman looking great with the Colts. And just like, is it a talent issue or is it a lack of development issue? Don't know. Yeah. But Cousins, sort of inert. 21-31, a $173, had a sack. I wasn't able to watch any part of this game, but all I know is, so sometimes not seeing the game, just seeing the fan base's reactions on social media, and Falcons fans are so pissed. They want Raheem Morris fired. They want Zach Robinson fired. Because remember, they were all big and bad, thumping their chests, and then they're outscored 64-10 against the Panthers and the Dolphins. Yeah, man. Yeah. Also, weird. The Eagles are the beneficiaries of a very controversial call. So the tush push is poorly officiated. Right, only Tyler Baddick can stop it, and there was a blown dead for progress when it clearly was not, and Hurts lost the football. Would have made a difference in the game? Probably not, but also just getting these calls right, it's what matters. And it's not so much that the tush push is a competitive disadvantage. Other teams can do it, sure, but just officiate it properly. Like, enforce the rules that are on the books. That's all we're asking for. Right. Also, so generally, when I peruse the comments, it's just like, kind of funny, right? But YRG27, this one just got me. JJ McCarthy equals Herschel Walker. Major fail. Vikings have a history of making poor decisions in crucial moments. That's like the blanket statement of all blankets. Also, how do you compare a draft pick? Yes, you traded up to go get him. You trade up one spot, cool. To this side of Deshaun Watson, the worst trade in NFL history. Actually, the Trey Lance trade might be just as bad, but they got Brock Purdy out of it. So maybe he'll get out of his soft benching sometime soon. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I know that every fan base is a bell curve. There is a decent amount of the fan base who do not deserve J.J. McCarthy if he pans out and becomes a franchise quarterback, like straight up, right? You kind of get what you get. And I think this is about Jets fans. I think I read this somewhere where it's like they're only happy if they're unhappy, right? And I feel like that's a portion of every fan base. So I don't know, man. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's probably hear from Kevin McConnell at some point today. Looking ahead, it is indeed Lions week. Woo! Get the season back on track, baby. Let's go. You guys are the absolute best. You know what to do. Skol production value.